What's up, fam? We're going to be getting going here momentarily. My daddy-o is in the office with me, sitting next to me, giving me a Charlie horse on my leg because he's tired of this damn market going sideways like all of us are. But we got to talk about the signals that are brewing. We got to talk about the setups that are coming. We got to talk about why the hell we're being so darn impatient. But we are setting up right now for the absolute most bullish period in history for this asset class. So if you're ready to get in this, everybody, I want to see what you're grateful for today. Drop it in the live chat. Let's see some engagement in here. We got some stuff to talk about. We got some charts to share. We got some signals, baby. So let's get into it. I got Silky sitting here on my left. We're about to get into it. I want to see everybody. If you are here, if you are alive, if your fingers work, drop a 1 in chat. I want to see everybody getting involved. I see you, Chris Pfaff, in Vino, Alexander G. Alexander G is back. Veteran Crypto. Let's go. What's up? How's everybody doing today? We got to talk about the market because it is doing some things. It's wiggling around. Looking at what's happening right now, we see we're still within this 160-ish day window, this box of time period that we're looking for. We're only at 118 days, and yet we're still getting frustrated. But when we zoom into this, let's get down to this smaller time frame. Looking at what's going on here, we have this bit of a symmetrical triangle that's very it's just jacking everybody around. We had a whipsaw to the upside, whipsaw back to the downside. And wouldn't you know it? How many of you all were here yesterday in the stream? I drew this as a potential trade setup right here. I was talking about the price action being a fake out, coming back down and giving you the opposite move, bear trap to the downside, and then a likely move back up. And look at where this suggested entry was on this. This is why you need to get involved with what we're doing. This is why you need to be a part of the family. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about this. I'm going to give you some more signals. We got to break down what's going on in this market because some of you are chopping yourself out of the best opportunity we've ever seen. How's everybody doing today? My name's Kellam. Welcome to BitLab Academy. I do want to shout out our channel partners, powered by Arculus. Make sure you are protecting your crypto. Make sure you're protecting your future. Head over to getarculus.com, put in code LAB10 and get your access to one of these best crypto cold storage solutions out there. I love it. It's my favorite. And by the way, we do have some shirts. We do have some Arculi. Is that how you say it? Plural. We do have some of these $100 product here that we are giving away. We saw Indigenous, Chris Pfaff, and Justin Eubanks, all of you won. Your products, your winnings are on the way. And you know what? This is all about giving back to everybody that's a part of the community. So get involved. I also want to tell you that this move to the downside right here is setting up. We are at a position right now that this could still potentially reverse and come back down. We're going to talk about this and more, why this is a absolutely bullish setup. Ethan Smith, $20 super chat said, let's get this rolling, fam. Kelly, use part of this to treat your pops to a beer on me. Shout out to you. Thank you for that $20 super chat. And to the 150 people in the room right now, we got 25 likes, 1 dislike. By the way, the dislike, I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate it. So I think it's the same person every day. You must be just jacking around. It's all good. I'm just happy you're here. I want you all to win in this market. That's why I do this. But let's talk about these signals. There you go. My daddy-o, B. Kellam there in the chat. What were we about to talk about? These markets, that's what we're about to talk about. So diving into where are we at? Right here. Central banks are capitulating. The liquidity spigots are opening. That capitulation means they're tightening that they've been doing the last several years. But liquidity spigots are starting to open and Bitcoin is about to go much higher. Not diving too far into this, we're looking at basically the red and the green. When all of these line up, when all of a sudden, when there's some red, when they all flip, all 3 of these to green, this was a market cycle bottom. This was the start of the bull trend. This was the start of the parabola. Okay, we had a little bit of a bottom here. Yes, we had a further price action to the downside, but this was a global economic crisis. This is when the world shut off. This is not something you can plan for in the charts when you're trading Bitcoin or any asset. But even still, this would have likely been a little bit of a bottom, but let's discount, let's sort of throw this one away. Right here, we had the V-shaped recovery. We had the Bitcoin halving, which was right here. And then what we see, a little bit of sideways action, that 160-day window that we've been talking about, and then price action, explosion to the upside. Why? This goes back to, where is it? I don't have it pulled up, but this goes back to this chart right here that I've been sharing with you all. You see this is that same level. Here's the halving. Here's this 160-day post-halving, sideways action with a little impulse up, wash out back down, and then a move to the upside. But what was happening the entire time? The fuel to climb that mountain, which is what we want to do. We want to see Bitcoin. We want to see altcoin. We want to see our assets in this ecosystem move to the upside. In order for that to happen, you have to have money flowing into the system, not coming out of the system. This is that money. Look at this mass bullish divergence of money flowing into markets, into the world, global liquidity. That's what this is. Flowing to the upside. Eventually, there's too much bullish pressure that risk comes back in the markets. You want risk in the market because that means people are willing to basically put their money somewhere where it can expand quickly, not protect it in some safe area, which is risk coming out of the markets. And so we see this here, and then we get that mass upside. Then what we see here, previous halving, we had a little bit of a move to the downside. What we also see on the market, Bitcoin pulled back as well. So was it Bitcoin crashing, or are there other things at play we have to pay attention to? Exactly. You just answered it for yourself. There's other things at play. We are part of a global financial system. And then once this bottomed and started ticking up quite exponentially here, this is also the point at which the parabola started moving to the upside. Similarly, we're getting that move right now. So let's consider that and realize that this is just flipping on again, much like we saw here, up, and then again, all systems go, and everybody's worried right now. So looking on, we've had 27 different major financial firms buying BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF at recent filings. So this would probably, within the last quarter or so. So we're seeing 27. We don't even need to go through the names, but these are non-crypto ecosystem institutions. These are TradFi, traditional finance, legacy institutions that are out there getting exposure to Bitcoin ETF. This is just BlackRock's ETF, by the way. This is incredible. This is the start of what we want to see in this market. Now, how's it going to happen? We talked about risk coming in. We talked about liquidity ticking in to give that fuel to climb up that mountain. But we also want to see this inverse correlation of the dollar and how Bitcoin's price action. We've seen over time that US dollar cycles and Bitcoin bull markets, the trend support line is arbitrary. Great. Let's get that out of the way. The point is that Bitcoin experiences the highest velocity upside move when the dollar breaks lower. If the DXY, which is what the dollar is, the dollar index, if the DXY is weakening from here, it's being coordinated by the Fed and global liquidity is being injected. So essentially, let's throw all that away. Let's make it simple, right? Let's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. What we're looking at here is, here's the dollar, the US dollar index. Once it breaks below this somewhat arbitrary trend line, what do we see on the breakdown here with the weakening of the dollar? Same period of time. Here's the halving. The halving was also roughly right about here. But what do we see from this point to the top? 1,128%. Previous cycle, 2,310%. This is what we're talking about. We're getting liquidity. We have institutions coming in. We have this flood of new money that's starting to get access to this. We're seeing all systems go, plus the weakening of the dollar, which also is a further indication of risk coming into the market. Why is the dollar weakening? Why is that good for Bitcoin? Because it means people are moving out of protecting their capital and cash. They're deploying their cash into markets. This is what we want to see. So when we're looking at the price action, we're here on the 1 hour chart. We're like, why is it going down? Well, you know what? Zoom out on this chart, and you can see over time, we are in an incredibly bullish structure. I know I've been harping on this for a while. It's because I see people's comments on Twitter, on YouTube, frustrations. People call me, people ask me, people text me. Why isn't it going up? It is. You're just not looking at it in the right time frame. Now, I am doing a lot more trading content, as you guys saw yesterday when we were talking about this signal here on Bitcoin. We talked a bit about some of the other altcoins and Fetch and Polkadot and BitTensor and Avalanche and Solana. The setups are starting to brew. I'm starting to get into this super trader mindset. And again, I think this is the last day of that huge special that we have set up with CoinW, and we are drawing tomorrow. So I'm asking you all, do you want $100 free? Head over to this tweet. I'm posting it in the live chat right now. Head over to that tweet. Sign up for an account here at CoinW with this link. Use this link. Join here, and when you then retweet this post, you're also entered to get $100. We're drawing tomorrow to give a $100 USDT away. In addition to that, just a reminder, you deposit $100. This is your money. You keep it. This is money so you can trade. If you deposit a minimum of $100, next week we're kicking off the live trading sessions. We're going to be breaking down setups together. We're going to be breaking down trades together. I'm going to be able to see what you're doing on your screen. We can work these things out together so that we can dominate in this market. You deposit $100, that's your money. You also get rewarded with $100. Deposit $200, you get $200. We have some people that have deposited up to $3,000, and you will be getting up to $1,000 with that. I get word from our representative at CoinW. So get involved here. You get free money to trade with, as well as when you share this with your friends and family on your thing. And sign up for CoinW, you also get entered to win another $100. So just had to shout out our channel partners, CoinW. I want to be trading with you guys. I want to show you where your issues are so that we can ride this to the top. Now, going on a little bit further, what else we got? I just deleted that. Let's go back here. Mustache. Was it L Crypto Prof? I'll be able to find it. It was right here. We have a multi-year support trend line here on the altcoin market. It is a little precarious because it doesn't mean it has to hold. It very well could break through and go lower. But with the bullish foundation we're seeing in the crypto market, this is a setup for me that's telling me that these altcoins may be in a very strong position to start having that ultimate rippage that all of us are looking for, all of us want. We want to expand our money. We want to expand our wealth, and we want to do it. And I want you to do it in a risk mitigated way. I do not want to push you to trade. I want to push you to have longer term positions. And if you want to trade to expand your wealth, I'm going to show you how to do it. That's why we partnered with CoinW. The link is directly below this video. It's also on that tweet I just shared. But it's using a small allocation of your entire portfolio. Say you have $10,000. Then less than $1,000, $500 to $1,000. If you have $1,000, then you're going to do maybe 100. So you're not putting your capital at risk. And then even within those trades, making sure you're setting up good risk managed setups. Now, this is telling us the alt market may be setting up, and it's further supported by the fact, if you look over here at Bitcoin dominance, that's the CME futures. Looking here at Bitcoin dominance. Now, Benjamin Cohen, one of my favorite analysts in the space, he does think that we're going to push up to the 60% mark, which would break this multi-year trend line that the dominance has come into. Now, why am I talking about this? We're talking about altcoins. Because if you're talking about an alt season, alt's really starting to rip, that would effectively also be a reversal on dominance. What this percentage point is right here. This percentage is, we have let's refresh this. We have a $2.1 trillion crypto market. What this percentage is the percentage of the entire crypto market is comprised of Bitcoin by itself. So Bitcoin makes up 57.02% of all the money in crypto. This is why people talk about it as a dominant asset. Now, as this does push up, and it usually runs before altcoins, then what happens is when this reverses, it doesn't mean Bitcoin's going down in price. This means altcoins are starting to have a huge amount of capital rotate into them. So what we really want to see when we're looking at that trend line, where is it at? I don't even know where it is. It doesn't matter. When we're looking at the trend line that we were just talking about, the multi-year altcoin trend line, we also want to see if we are seeing that strong bounce on alts, this Bitcoin dominance will likely rotate and start moving lower as well. When we look at this on the others, this is everything excluding the top 10. So when we're looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so let's turn off the watch. Let's actually go right here. When we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, exclude all those. It's looking at the price action of all the rest of these altcoins. And what we're seeing here is this is, in a bullish setup, that doesn't mean it has to continue, doesn't mean it has to break bullish now, but this is setting up for having a bullish breakout at some point. This is wonderful that this has come down and found support in this range, previous high here. Also, this falling channel. If the price action on these alts can hold relatively in this area, we want to see this push up into here and break out. That will be a further signal these altcoins are going to be ripping. So let's pay attention to this. Now, when we come back over to where this market, what's the bullishness? We talked about the liquidity signals flipping on, setting up for that next major push up. We also talked about all these institutions stacking into getting exposure to Bitcoin. We talked yesterday about Norway getting a huge position in MicroStrategy. Traditional asset, sure, but MicroStrategy is essentially a leveraged Bitcoin play. You're getting exposure to Bitcoin through MicroStrategy because 99% of their business, their market cap is directly tied to how Bitcoin is performing, but also as they're getting and increasing and buying more and more Bitcoin. I think they're doing another $2 billion debt offering now so they can buy $2 billion more worth of Bitcoin. So when you own MicroStrategy, you're getting an increasing exposure to Bitcoin. So when you're looking at Norway, or I think it was Switzerland as well, or any even institution buying MicroStrategy, they're getting essentially Bitcoin exposure. But then we also talk about, this is one of the biggest stories I think we've seen, and it hasn't even yet developed. That is breaking. Apple opens NFC, near field communication is what NFC means, payment chip to third parties for the first time, making Bitcoin and crypto tap to pay on iPhone possible. This is a key point. Possible. This is not fully done yet, but the fact that they're opening up this, you move your phone near field to tap and pay like you do with Apple Pay. They're opening up so the third, like basically an app, if you have a Coinbase app, or if you have a wallet app, or if you have a USDC payments app, whatever, they'll be able to use that technology, meaning that you'll start to be able to give access to payments directly tied to crypto and the iPhone. This is an incredibly bullish fundamental step that is making something possible. We're going to have to see how this pans out over the next coming years. But then also, let's get back to Bitcoin. We see Bitcoin daily MACD. Remember, if you're not sure what MACD is, it's okay. Fake it till you make it. But MACD is moving average convergence, divergence. It's a bunch of words and letters. Essentially, it's helping track moving averages, which gives you a good idea of momentum of a trend, right? It's not a momentum indicator, but it is a good signal on where that momentum is. This is what we're looking at right here. This is what we're looking at right here. Also right here. Also right here. What is it? How does this correlate? Well, Kevin Svensson, our brother in arms, one of my dear friends here in the crypto space, shows that when this flips from bearish, the red histogram, when this flips back bullish, how is this correlated with price action? Up. Small little divot there, but flip back, up. We see this was the reversal. Up. Right here, up. And then right here again, are we setting up for that next move? It's very possible. And I hear something silly. I don't trade on this, but I'm always aware of it. If we come back over here and look at Bitcoin, let's go to the BLX just to keep it clean. And again, I do not trade on this, but I'm always aware of it. And that is looking here at the moon phases. Again, I do not trade on this, but it's a very interesting correlation when you're looking at price action over time. Full moon up, full moon up. Joshua Jake, meet my daddy-o. Papa Kelly. But we're seeing this price action has fairly consistent upward price action. We got a guest in the house.
Oh, I gotta come all the way down here.
So, hey, Joshua Jake.
What are we doing?
Price action going up or down through the end of the month?
Through the end of the month, I think you're going to get a push up to 63, 64K on liquidations. You're probably looking, that's actually the perfect trajectory right there. Could be very interesting to break out of that upper band. We are in a very bullish continuation here. But again, I don't know if it's going to, it really depends. I think you can get a breakout maybe towards the Federal Reserve pivot next month, which is like late September.
Yeah.
So until then, it's just a lot of volatility. But I'm having fun trading. I'm trading way more right now using high leverage just on Bitcoin and ETH. I don't trade anything else. And I'm just taking advantage of all the swings. So you get a pump, I take advantage of that, hour, 2 hour time difference. And that's all I'm doing right now. Just take advantage of the volatility. That's like the focus right now.
And that's why we're stepping into all these CoinW partnerships, getting you these live trading sessions, showing you how you can make some money in this. You know, sometimes, I'm not even joking, sometimes I sit on my couch on a Saturday, and rather than going out spending money and buying beers or buying burgers or driving around, I will sit on my couch and watch a sports game, you know, the ball games, right? And I'll open up, I'll use $20. I'll put it on 20, 30x leverage, just $20. And I'll sit there. It's kind of like being at the casino, and I can essentially practice and hone my chops. Now, when I'm sitting at my computer, then I'll take larger positions and I'll do less leverage, but I actively participate in the markets, especially now that we've had, and you'll all notice, I've been a little bit patient on some of the trade things that I've been talking about, because I don't want you guys to get chopped out. And knowing where we were in the market and understanding where we are in the market in correlation with the halving we just had, understanding that we need to get closer to this 150, 160 mark. You see, we're getting about 2/3 of the way there, a little bit beyond that. Now is the time where it starts to be like, all right, let's get active. Let's get trading with a small percentage of your portfolio. Let's make some money. If you want to be like LL Cool J's, show me the money. That's what we got to do. And that's what I want to help you do. So when we're looking at this, Ethereum to Bitcoin, this is important. This low breakdown, it's over. But look at the bulls brought this back in. Now, remember, this is a chart that will tell you if Ethereum is about to have faster growth in the near term than Bitcoin. Are you going to get more gains on Ethereum or Bitcoin, right? That's what this ETH to Bitcoin chart is. This breakdown and subsequent reversal, very quick reversal, we're at a key zone right now, coming back into this previous low. If we can break through this, the next leg up is up. Basically, this means it's going to outpace Bitcoin by 5%. If we move up into here, outpace Bitcoin by 13%. You understand what I'm saying here? Whether or not you're trading this specific chart or you look at this type of chart, anything, could be Cardano, could be Solana, could be Injective, Avalanche, but looking at it in the Bitcoin pairing lets you know, is this about to start outpacing the growth of Bitcoin? Well, this is showing that if we can break through this, then ETH might start getting that resurgence. And remember, Ethereum just had the Ethereum spot ETF launch. I think it's 14 or 15 days ago now. Bitcoin had 12 days downside price action, sell the news event, AKA let's scare these suckers so we can take their money and then reverse it and make them want to eat their, you know what I was about to say. Well, here we go. We're not going to get chopped out anymore. We're not going to be emotional. We are going to take this market for ourselves. Everybody in this market it's a battlefield. If I trade with my dad, I'm in it to make money. I'm not going to give him quarter. No, he's trying to eat my ass up too, trying to make money in the market, just like Van Eck, just like 21 Shares, just like Blackrock, just like anybody that's out there trading. Now, I want you all to have the tools and the resources and the community so you can look at this effectively and so that you can be somebody that is making money in this market. You're buying when somebody else is selling, and you're selling when somebody else is buying. Now, let's see, Quarter Crawler says, hola, and got the sombrero. And by the way, Alexander G, it's good to have you back. I'm going to have to go back through. I didn't realize some of the time codes weren't, I got some makeup to do on my end, but Kevin Svensson in the house, my guy. Yeah. So, all right. So what else are we looking at here? The number one crypto in all of the ecosystem, XRP. It's not April Fool's Day. I'm just absolutely joking there. Considering that we just got that, great judgment from the SEC, everybody needs to be curious right now. This was that judgment last year that had that impulse up here all the way, not even breaking a dollar, comes all the way back down. We have the strong trend line that goes back to June 2022. It's interesting that the new news, everybody said this is when it's going to break out. It broke only up into a huge level of resistance here. I am not necessarily, I'm not going to give my opinion on how I feel about XRP. If I look at this just as an asset, just as a chart, I cannot be bullish on this until this not only breaks above this trend line, but breaks above these sort of zones right here. Now, there is some bullishness here, and that is this sort of wonky trend line here. If you do it on the wicks, if you do it on the candle bodies, It's kind of like that. We're coming in the zone. So let's do it like what I really enjoy is Caleb Franzen, how he does it. Basically, you got the candle body and then you have the wick sort of zone. And we're, struggling at this area. We need to clear this zone, basically 63 cents, and then also clear beyond the 75-cent mark before we can even talk about real bullishness in XRP. So anybody that's out there thinking that this is, absolutely going to, dominate the entire crypto market because they finally got the ruling, this is actually showing a little bit of weakness here. Now, Avalanche, we're on the weekly chart. Let's get down to the 4-hour. Let's get into the zone, baby. This is looking a little, I don't want to say weak, but it's not looking strong. We drew this when the price was back over here, and look at what it did. We had the little resurgence. Price came down, it fell. This actually held here on the 1 hour. But if you look at this, for instance, on the 8-hour, this just kind of sliced through. So looking at this, we got that little bit of support, broke through, moved back up, found resistance. If this cannot hold this zone, then we may be getting a move to the downside. But I'm a bull. I'm not a bear. I'm thinking, I really feel right now, if we do get a move down on assets, I do think it's going to be more likely that it is a washout move that comes down, gets people committed short, comes up, and then we get that break to the upside. So watch for those opportunities. Watch for the opportunities. Don't say, how did that person have opportunity? Well, you know what you're doing? You're watching them take opportunity. You know what you're not doing? You're not watering your grass. The grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you're watering it. And where your attention is, that's what you're watering. So if you're only watching other people take opportunity and you're not executing yourself, you're not looking for the setups. And that's one of the things I hope I can help provide you, is to start building that framework so that you can identify when setups are brewing. Kevin Svensson in the chat right now, one of my buddies here in the space, legacy, long time, a Bitcoiner and one of the best TA analysts out there. Matthew Highland, who I've been having on the channel regularly. These people that are looking days, weeks, and months ahead for certain conditions to be met for them to take significant action. Now, the nice thing about this is, if you want to master the month outlook, the 1 week outlook, the multi-day something setting up, then that's one of the reasons why I actually do think trading, which is why we are partners with CoinW, is actually beneficial if you can coordinate with your risk management. You got to have that. It's the least sexy thing in the market, but those that have the best make the most money. And that means when you're coming in here, you can be very patient. You can also come down here. And again, do not do this with your entire portfolio. Let's say Ondo, for instance, rather than looking for a 3-day setup brewing into, do that for your bigger positions and what you're trying to stack into for growth over multi-months into, potentially, in this case, I'd say 12 to 14 months, this bull market trend. But you can also come down here in the 5-minute or 3-minute and watch how patterns basically form, because these are going to form the same way they do on the larger time frames. And you can utilize this to essentially scalp positions, risking very small amounts of money. So if you do take a loss, you're not damaging your portfolio. You're actually increasing your knowledge, but you have to learn from your actions. And those are a lot of the things that we're going to be really focused on this channel, on BitLab Academy. I've been focused primarily for the masses on medium time frame and macro time frame context for this market. When you sign up for CoinW, you deposit $100 or more. Again, that is at this tweet right here. The link is at this tweet. And also go and retweet this. Get involved here, because not that many people have retweeted it. So you got a pretty high chance here. Only 16 people have retweeted. You have 1 in 16 chance to win an additional $100. But if you deposit $100, you get access to the live trading sessions and some live training content and webinars that you're going to get, and you get a bonus of $100. You deposit $200, you get a bonus of $200. You deposit $3,000, I think you get up to $1,000. Is what my rep at CoinW said. He's trying to really take care of you guys because we got a strong partnership, and this is expiring today. You can sign up forever, but these sign up bonuses, he said, unless we got 10 signups between yesterday and today, And I think we're at like 7. So a few of you need to sign up, and he will extend this bonus opportunity into, I think, for another week or two. But get involved, because this is going to be kicking off next week. We're going to be breaking down these smaller time frames. We're going to be taking trade setups. We're going to be looking at, okay, we're coming in here. We have you basically setting up your risk profile, setting up, basically coming in here and setting up your targets, where we're getting in, where we're getting out. None of this is financial advice. This is strategy advice that you can participate in your own way, so long as that you are on that exchange with us. And we also are going to be adding a section in the Discord beyond here, a gated section that's going to have signals from a couple of really great traders that essentially you'll get access to that the second, basically after you sign up for the CoinW affiliate link. Now let's look at a couple more things. BitTensor, as you all know, has been something that's been very high on my awareness since I did that deep dive on it about a week and a half ago, and actually about 2 weeks ago now. But this move from 366 down to 160, and then the rebound, 100%. Look at this, 100% move from bounce. It's maybe a little less. Let's call it 90. Yeah, look at that, 98% bounce. This is strength preceding the huge bullish run that is coming. This is one of the reasons why I stacked into it. This is one of the reasons why in, the Kelly Alpha channel, I updated you guys on what I was getting, where I made some moves, that I stacked into BitTensor, that I added to Aether as a microcap play, that I've been stacking into DAG for all the incredible things DAG is doing, and their contracts with Department of Defense, and their contracts with U.S. Air Force, and their contracts with the Space Force, and their contracts and their partnerships with IBM and Panasonic. And the fact that they're actually building into an Internet of Things that's going to be integrated in, I think it's Panasonic and Toyota, if I'm not mistaken. But some really incredible things going on there with DAG, and the positioning. When we look at DAG on the charts for position play, we can see DAG, Constellation DAG. It's got a $65 million market cap, under $100 million market cap, with all these incredibly substantial contracts, integrations, and utility that's already in place. And we just saw the Bank of Iran, it might be called something different, but the banking sector in Iran got hacked. We saw CrowdStrike have that huge issue with basically shutting down Delta and a lot of different banks just from an update push, because it was a centralized data issue. Constellation DAG is secure, end-to-end, decentralized data, as well as having metagraphs, which is an absolute exponential increase or evolution from what smart contracts were. Way more scalable, way faster, as well as end-to-end encryption that basically cannot be hacked. That's what we need with these systems moving forward. So when we're looking at this and we see BitTensor up, yes, we're getting a little bit of a pullback here, but anywhere in this zone from 245, anywhere down here, this I think is a great steal for this. Objectively, what a name. I always have trouble saying it. CoinW looking good to me. Huge selection of digital assets, and I'm impressed how they're organized. I'm impressed how they've organized those coins into different categories. Looking forward to using their platform. I can't wait to be trading with all you guys, and I'm going to be able to see your screen if you want to share it with me. Help you see exactly what the mechanisms are in the exchange, how you can add margin or reduce it or change where your liquidation point is, how you can mitigate your risk and also take on basically risk in a way that you can make money in this market. Now let's look at a couple more things, and I got to roll because I got my daddy here. My sister's rolling in a second. I got a bunch of family coming in town, and it's a blessing to be able to see everybody. It's unfortunate. It's very sad. One of the most wonderful members of our family unfortunately passed on this last Saturday. TJ, we love her, and we're honored that we can all come together and celebrate her life. So I will be entertaining them this afternoon and into the weekend. I'm still going to be doing the content because I got to be here with you. It's my daddy.
Hey, everybody. Let's go on the blockchain, baby. It's good to see everybody. I want to see everybody see my face. This is Daddy. This is Silky right here. I'm talking about.
He doesn't actually speak with that much of a country accent. He goes into persona mode. But I love my daddy. He's the one that got me involved in the computer world years ago. So my first company professional web creations, 1995 or 1996, something like that. I was writing websites. I was a young lad, just emulating my daddy-o. But we're seeing opportunities brew. Look at this, near coming right into the low zone here. If we break out above this, we want to watch for some sort of a retest of the zone before continuation. TIA been, consolidating sideways right here. If this can break above this zone, then the next zone we're watching for is the extension of this trend line, which is going to be up here at 774, 754. This box, we can draw it out just so you can see it. I don't know where my box is. What's in the box? Right in here, this zone right there. We want to watch a break of this zone for TIA to start making some move. Stacks. Also, look at this. W pattern up, rejected back down. This is the zone. We're getting into that zone that once we, on all these different altcoins, on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, we're getting into a compression zone of people becoming aware of this. The post having time period of consolidation and chop, and then also the limited supply coming in, especially on Bitcoin. But as this exponential number of people come in, especially as price action starts pushing up and we explode, you're going to want to be in before the hype cycle buyers are here. But that's all I got for you today, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. Where are we at on likes? Did we get over? We got 66 likes in the next 2 minutes. If you can get this over 100 likes, we will do. What are we going to do? We'll do $50 USDT giveaway, and we will draw that on tomorrow's show. In the next 2 minutes, let's get this over 100 likes. Everybody hit that like button, show some love. And I just want to remind you all, I will be having a video coming out on Saturday. It is an interview that I did with James Seifert, the legendary ETF guy that's telling us all those information, keeping us in the know. He works for Bloomberg. We sat down at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville and gave me some juicy nuggets about some really incredible things coming for the ETF market, as well as Solana, maybe an index of different altcoin ETF. There's going to be some really interesting things coming here in the very near future. So looking at that, again, reminding all of you, let me mute this, reminding all of you, please make sure when you look down below this video right now, and if you're on phone, go out of full screen. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on. I do think John Dalton, one of our top, our leading traders in the BitLab Discord, he should be doing a member stream tomorrow here in the Discord. So stay tuned for that. And also remember, if you want to go deeper, if you want to take the full courses that we have, I think there's 120 lessons, on-chain data, psychology of trading, technical analysis, patterns, support, resistance, indicators. Head over to lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. Sign up. We are still under the previous all-time high, under that 73.7. This deal is going away after that happens. You get 15 days free. You can cancel anytime. You can even cancel before that if you want. Thank you also again for the thumbs down. Thank you for the engagement. We got to make money too, right? We pulled this together so you all can make sure you have the tools you need to win in this market. But this deal is going to be 33% off, 15 days free as well. But you lock in that deal for life. And once you sign up for the Discord, then you also get the opportunity to upgrade and also get those indicators at an incredible deal as well. Now, I don't think we didn't get up to 100, but I love you guys. I appreciate you. I got to roll with some family. And I saw all your comments. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Ethan Smith, thank you again for that $20 super chat. And Green Day Profits with 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. And all those that won the gifts last week for all the stuff, you're going to be getting those here in a couple days. So I love you guys. That's all I got. Adios. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for being here. Adios, guys.